of people here today. Welcome. I am happy you are here. Today, we are talking about passwords. So, first I thought, let's start to talk in English and think in English and brainstorm or try to find some things that we need a password to do. So, first I will ask, what is one thing you need a password for? And then we will read a text together. It's very short, very quick. And then we will talk more about passwords and using them and what you do for your password. Don't worry, you do not have to say your password in the class, but we will talk about your ideas and how you use passwords. So, how you use passwords. So, my first question is, what is one thing you need a password for? I use a password to get into my email. So I always have to type in my password, or my computer does it for me. And I can see my email. Alan, what about you? What is one thing that you need a password for?
Well, actually for my cell phone, because needs biometrics as passwords, like the finger.
Yeah, fingerprint, we say.
Yes. And in this new one, I use I biometric. It is a
retinal scan. Exactly. So it looks at your eye. It goes, right?
Yes. And use my parts of my body like to password.
And what do you think about this? Is this good development of technology?
Well, actually, it's a kind of not very quiet technology, because if you are sleeping and you have your partner, maybe they grab your hand and put in their cell phone, and you can access with the eye. You can use a photograph.
Oh, does that work? You
Yes,
have tried to. Oh, that's a little scary.
Yes. For regular passwords, you must use an hexadecimal passwords for avoid to avoid the other person use it or find it to protect your password information.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we will talk more about how to use passwords after we read. So thank you, Alan. It sounds like you have a lot of information about this topic. So maybe you can share with us. So thank you, Alan.
No problem.
Ikari-chan, how are you today? Ikari-chan, are you there? We'll come back to you in a minute. Imran Ali, how are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Good. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
So, Imran Ali, what is one thing you need a password for?
Yeah, I need the password on my computer, laptop. So our finger is password.
Your fingerprint is the
Yes,
password.
your fingerprints password. It's a new technology, but I like this technology.
Is it easier than remembering something in your head.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, Imran Ali.
Welcome.
Hi, Joelma. How are you? Oh, and please tell me if I say your name wrong. So, Joelma, can you hear? Is this okay? Okay, we'll check in with you again. Hi, Pablo Jesus. How are you?
Fine, teacher. Hello.
Hi, I am so glad to hear someone's voice. All right. Well, Pablo Jesus, what is one thing that you need a password for?
What?
What do you use passwords to do? So we said for your phone, for your computer. I said for my email. What are other things that you need to use a password to do?
For the apps,
Okay, like what apps?
Netflix.
Aha, of course, yes. You have an account with Netflix and you must log into the account so you can watch your videos, yeah?
Yes, or other account
Mm-hmm.
like
Good.
Skype or
Skype?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Okay, good. So different accounts. Great. Thank you, Pablo Jesus.
thank you.
Trung, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank teacher.
Good. Glad to hear that and glad to hear your voice.
Yeah.
So, what is one thing that you use a password for?
Yes, I think one thing I need to password for my ATM card. ATM.
Yeah, good.
When I
So that's
withdraw down the money from the ATM banking.
Mhm.
Yes.
Good. And that is a special kind of password called a personal identification number or a PIN.
Yes, PIN is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's very important.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. Do you use your ATM card as a debit card sometimes? Can you buy something with your card?
Yes. I use it every day.
Okay, so debit card. This is when you buy something with your ATM card. When you can buy something.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy to payment something and without
to pay
keep a lot of money when we go outside. When you keep a lot of money, it's not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. In some places, it is very common to carry a lot of cash, a lot of paper money with you.
Yeah.
And it's less common now to do that than before.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Trung.
Yes. Thank you, teacher.
Hi, Quen. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Good. I'm doing well too. Thanks for asking. So, what do you use passwords for?
I need the password for my phone and computer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because it keeps my information.
Is there anything on your computer that you must type a password in before you can access it?
What?
So you must use a password to start doing anything on your phone and start using your computer. Is there something after you log in? Do you need a password to do some things on your computer? So there is one password to start the computer. Is there a different password to do something? Like on my computer, I can do almost everything after my password, but I cannot put a new application on my computer without a password. So I must use a password to put a new application on my computer. Do you have passwords like that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you guys for helping us think about different places that we use passwords. So this is a text here about a bank. So one place that people use passwords and accounts. So Alan, could you please read the title and talk about what you see in the picture?
Yes, teacher. I can log into my account and I see a guy having problems with in front of a laptop computer and not knowing about his password.
Mm-hmm. And what does the expression on his face say? How is he feeling right now?
I think he feels uncomfortable. Feels I don't know worried because he must to enter to his account. Must enter to his account.
Yeah.
He's worried about that.
And I don't see this on his face, but if I had this situation, I would be very frustrated. So I would feel like, ugh, what is going on? So I would be a little bit angry. Not a lot angry, but a little bit angry. Like, frustrated.
Frustrated. Okay.
Okay, excellent. So Imran Ali, please read the first line. What does Bob say first?
I can't log into my bank online.
Excellent. All right. So, Pablo Jesus, what does it mean to log into something? What do you need to be able to log in?
And log into a problem online, banking online. So you that's it.
Okay. All right. Let me get a few more details from Pablo Jesus. So,
yeah.
All right. Pablo Jesus, what information do you need to log into something? We talked about password, but there is usually one more thing that we need. What else do we need?
I don't know the need. The need is like a password, right?
It's a password, but usually you need some identification too, right?
Yes.
So what kind of identification do they ask for usually or log into? Do you know this word?
I don't know. In Mexico, can be in the identify card.
Aha, I was actually thinking of something maybe a little more simple. I think you need a username and a password. So
Yes.
maybe the username is your email address or your account number, something like that.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. And I forget this, I think, more often than I forget my password. Because there are so many different possibilities. I have many email accounts and I have many variations on my name that I use. Oh, it's very tricky for me. Right. Pablo Jesus, one more question about vocabulary. This is about bank. What do you do at a bank?
Is the place where the people keeping your money?
Yeah, exactly. So the bank holds your money and you can use it with the ATM. You can use it with a checking account or a savings account. There are many things that they can do at the bank. Excellent. Thank you. Trung, could you please read the last line?
Yes. So I have to call them.
Excellent. Trung, what is another way to say have to?
Have to. It's the same with the must to, and
Excellent. Just must, not must to.
yeah, just must. Sorry.
Yeah, good. So or another one is need to.
Yeah.
Have to, need to, must. Good. So this is like 100% yes, 100% no, 50% yes or no? What is this?
It's
Have to.
100% we have to do.
Yeah, 100% yes. We need to do this. Have to do this, must do this. Good. All right. Thank you. Trung,
Yes.
did you ever have this problem? You tried to log into an account and you couldn't.
Because I have a lot of accounts.
Oh, Quen, turn on your microphone, please.
Oh. Now I turn on? Yes.
I am asking Quen.
What?
Yeah, okay. You are very quiet. So I want to know, I will write this. Did you have this problem? So you tried to log in and couldn't.
I lost my password. I forget my password.
You forgot your password?
Yes, my phone.
And what did you do to fix the problem?
I try. It's very too much, and I need time. Then I need time, and I remember this.
Okay. So you waited. You said, okay, I will do something different, right? So you waited.
Yes.
And remembered. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Good. All right. Does anyone have questions about the text? Anything that is not clear? Okay. Then let's talk a little bit more about passwords and what we do with passwords. So Okay, I have a few questions that I was thinking about. You don't need to answer all of these questions, but they are things to think about here. So I am wondering about your passwords. Do you use the same password again and again? Do you have many different passwords? And what do you do to remember the passwords? Okay, so biometrics, you don't have to remember. You can only use your finger or your eye, and this is okay. But what about the words and numbers that you use as passwords? Alan, do you use the same passwords, the same letters and number combinations? Do you use them again and again, or do you have all different passwords?
Uh, I'm actually studying security information master degrees and studying for the ethical hacker certification at Easy Council. It's a security practice to use different passwords, but have techniques about how to remember password words you use in the different words. It's you use, I don't know, two words, and that word you change it by signs and hashtags and at and dots, and you change a lot of characters with numbers that you can remember that only in different, and you mix different words and signs to the different passwords.
Like
Sometimes you
L
need
is 1 instead, right?
yes, and for the forgotten people, you must to use the handler of passwords by biometrics, and you can store all your passwords and in a safe mode.
Okay, and so this is the ideal. Do you follow this practice?
Yes.
Okay, good for you. Practice what you preach, right? Okay. Now, maybe the rest of us will be a little embarrassed. We will see. Okay.
No problem.
Imran Ali, what about you? Do you use the same passwords again and again? Or do you have many different passwords? And what do you do to remember?
Yeah, I'm different password. My laptop or
Different passwords.
any fingers password, and my ATM cards and my phones, cell phone, different password actually.
Mhm. Okay, and what do you do to remember the passwords?
What do you do? Remember
So
password?
do
I
you have
think
a special place to see all the passwords, or does your computer remember them, or what?
actually I'm sorry.
Yeah?
I'm
How do
sorry,
you...
teacher.
Yeah, it's okay. No problem. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Hello, Jesus. What about you? Do you have the same password again and again and again?
No, not really. I use the saying of the man of the security. I use a couple of words and a couple of numbers and a couple of symbols and game and I'm playing with this combination.
Aha, so you have
I
similar
think
passwords. They are almost the same, but a little bit different. Yeah?
yes.
Oh, for me, this is harder than very different passwords. Because I think, oh, what did I do this time? How did I change this? Oh, so you have a good memory, I think.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. Trung, what about you? Do you use the same password again and again, or do you have many different passwords?
Yes, because now I have more than 30 account on the internet, and I have to remember all of them. And uh, the first time I tried to keep with the one password, but I think it's very dangerous for me, and I share uh, it in a group. Every group I have one password, the same, and I try to remember them. But sometimes uh, the website or the account need to me to change the password for some time, because sometimes they need to update the password.
Update.
Yes, and I think it makes me difficult to manage my password, and I try to remember my password, and I think it's very hard for me, and I try to keep password, and I I have to serious password, and it's easy for me to remember. Just only me to know how to remember, and and I need to the a little information I need in my password, and it's easy for me to remember on a password. And a lot of
Sure.
people think I'm crazy because I have lots of account. Because I work in a business, and I work for a lot of company, and every company I need the website to register in the website, and I need to keep them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's tricky. It's hard to remember so
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trung. What about you? Do you have the same password? Do you use the same password again and again and again? When?
Yes, I do.
Ah, you do use the same password again and again?
Yes, I use a lot of password and I forgot a lot of time. Then I use a password for our phone, computer, email,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and
Sure. Great. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to the class today. It was a pleasure to talk with you about this, and I was very interested to hear, what do you do with your passwords? So thank you for sharing. Any questions or comments before we stop today?
I think
No,
no,
Hello,
teacher.
teacher.
Thank teacher for help.
Right?
Hello, teacher.
Yes?
Where are you from?
I am from Minnesota in the United States, but I live in Slovakia.
Oh, good.
wow.
So it is
Nordic
3
place.
o'clock in the afternoon. Not Nordic, but Eastern Europe, Central Eastern Europe.
Oh,
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Well, please take a look at the chat before you go. There are a few notes in here that I think are helpful. So things like retinal scan and PIN as a personal identification number. A few things like this. So please look at the chat before you go. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.
Yes.
Bye.
Take care. Thank
Bye,
you.
teacher.
Bye.
take care. Bye.